Well, I, of course, managed to step right into it and got myself tagged in a tag that wasn't originally gonna be a tag. Let's get started. Hi, and welcome to another video from me, Beth, from Beth in the Books. Oh, man, that sounds so good, Lauren. Darn you. All right, so anyway, this is a tag video that wasn't supposed to be a tag video. Like I said, Lauren from Lauren in the Books had a video up that she said she thought would make a splendid tag, but she wasn't going to make it a tag. And I commented and said something about it would make a great tag, and she said, consider yourself tagged, do it. And I was like, mwah. So I'm doing it. This is the first lines tag. Originally, Lauren saw a video about the first lines in books from Olivia Pope, I believe it was. And then she did a random first lines video, and now I am carrying on the tradition. Here we go. What I have for you is a stack of my library books and then a couple of books that I had sitting around, and I thought that I would just jump right in. Basically, what you do is you pick up the book, you open the book, you read the first line, and then if you feel moved to say anything about it, you say something. So, here we go. The first one I just started, it's Books of a Feather, a bibliophile mystery, and this is by Kate Carlisle. This is book 10 in the Bibliophile Mysteries, I believe, although this is the first one I'll be reading. And the first line of the first chapter is, the air inside the old bookshop was thick with the heady scents of aged vellum and rich old leathers. I would love to be in a place that smelled like that. Next, I have the Journals of Sylvia Plath from 1950 to 1962. And the first sentence is actually, before she entered Smith in the fall, Plath had a summer job working in the fields at Lookout Farm in the Massachusetts countryside. But I'm actually going to read you the first sentence that Plath wrote in the journals that summer. It says, July 1950. I may never be happy, but tonight I am content. And that just has a beautiful melancholy to it that is very Plathy, Plath-like. Plathalicious. Plathalicious, I like that one. Next, I have Stephen King's On Writing, a memoir of the craft. And all of the first lines are pretty fun. There are 3 forewords plus chapter 1. I'm just going to read you the first sentence from the first foreword because this is just wonderful. In the early 90s, it might have been 1992, but it's hard to remember when you're having a good time. I joined a rock and roll band composed mostly of writers. A rock and roll band composed mostly of writers is probably the least efficient rock and roll band you could ever have. Next, I have Solace by Gail Carriger, I think. Yeah, Gail Carriger. These library stickers make it difficult to read authors' names sometimes. It's just really not great. Anyway, chapter 1, in which parasols prove useful, which is possibly the best chapter title I've ever read. The first sentence is, Miss Alexia Terabody was not enjoying her evening. Well, I'm sorry, honey. Then we have Hope Unfolding by Becky Thompson. Let's get to chapter 1. The first sentence here is, 2 years ago and 7 years into our marriage, I stood over our mudroom sink with my husband's wedding ring and a toothbrush in my hand. Well, all right. Okay, we next have Wonder Woman at Superhero High by Lisa Yee. And the first sentence here is the first sentence of the prologue. It says, it was barely the 3rd week of school and already someone had been expelled. Can't get better than that, right? Next is Rainbow Rowell's Landline, which I just finished reading, and the first line for chapter 1 is, Georgie pulled into the driveway, swerving to miss a bike. If you hit the bike, then your car gets jacked up and the bike gets jacked up and there are problems. Next, I have The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine M. Valente. The first sentence here is, once upon a time, a girl named September grew very tired indeed of her parents' house, where she washed the same pink and yellow teacups and matching gravy boats every day, slept on the same embroidered pillow, and played with the same small and amiable dog. So that sounds like she has a very predictable life, and I am looking forward to reading more of this book since I haven't read it yet. Book number 9 is Deep and Dark and Dangerous by Mary Downing Hahn. Sentence number 1. One rainy Sunday in March, I opened a box of books Mom had brought home from Grandmother's house. It's a really good way to spend a rainy morning. And the final book I'm going to read the first sentence to you guys from is Sleepy Hollow and Other Tales by Washington Irving. This is my brand new edition. This is the word cloud edition. I love it so much. It's got the little tree. It's just gorgeous, brown and orange. All right, moving on. But look at those end papers, though. Seriously. Okay, I am moving on and not chittering about that. We will go to the very first story, which is the author's account of himself. And the first sentence in the author's account of himself is this: I was always fond of visiting new scenes and observing strange characters and manners. Which hopefully can be said of most, if not all, authors. And I'm sorry, I'm petting the book. It feels so good. Anyway, it's just a very beautiful sentence, like most of the rest of the ones I shared with you. So if you would like to be tagged to do this video, consider yourself tagged. Other than that, I am going to tag Cherry Walker, Acacia Ives, Jordan at the Bookie Babe, Nash at the Book Bat, and I can't think of anybody else. So if you want to be tagged, consider yourself tagged. Let me know down below. If you've done the video or want to do the video or get around to doing the video, let me know down below as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys again very soon.